welcome back from that musical break. And of course, we've been joined in the studio by Herman Cyrus CWESI Oteng, popularly known as CWESI Oteng. And he's a young Ghanaian recording artist, songwriter, youth pastor, creative director, among many other things. And he has a calling of God on his life to bring the message of hope, love, peace, and transformation. I'm very excited to introduce to you once again CWESI Oteng. You are welcome. Right.
Thank you so much. Always,
right.
Always a blessing to be here.
Right.
You know, anyway, he said, young, me, I'll call you uncle.
Oh, yeah. Pretty still young, you know. But, I mean, how did you get into the music scene to start with?
From church. I mean, I've been in Lighthouse for many years. Tema Lighthouse Community 8. That's where I started my music journey.
Okay.
Of course, prior to that, I had some experience studying and learning from Reverend Eric Wapong. I mean, that's many years ago. Oh. Then I moved on to Lighthouse. Lighthouse, I became I was a choirista, singing tenor. Eventually became choir director, working with amazing people. And then started changing, like if I take Dana, I say, I can make it presentable.
Okay.
Yes, and then we started doing those things. Then I realized, okay, I could write songs. Then I started writing songs. Then I started producing songs. Then I started being invited for things.
So that's when it became professional.
That's yes, but I was underground for a while. Okay. It was not immediate. Like I just put together so many years in a short statement. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In which year are we talking about? When did it become? You realized that
between 2001 up to 20, like, because I started releasing songs around 2006.
Wow, very
yes, but it wasn't popular. I don't know, you know.
That's why you did the other one at the live recording. That's one of my favorite. My favorite tunes, though. Yeah.
But I would like to know, at the time you are talking about 2006. That's many years ago.
I could be wrong.
You could be wrong, right?
But so around the time, I'll get the dates right. Maybe the next time we say that I should be sharp.
It's understandable.
Yes.
But how would you describe the music scene at that time when you started?
At the time, there was no hope for people with my kind of talent. Okay. And so we did it for the love of God. We loved God, and that's how we expressed our love for him in church. And we were not hoping to be, because there was no path. Yeah. The system and the country and the dynamics was towards traditional music. Yeah. Said that if you have to be known, you have to conform to it. Yeah. And conforming to it, some people could, but for people like myself, I was in Lighthouse Chapel. Yeah. We were singing praise and worship songs from Hillsong. You know.
I know that.
Who am I that you are mindful of me? That you come on TV. Then so you see, so
interesting.
It wasn't, yeah, so that was the situation. And it was biased towards it. All finances of the wealthy in the country was supporting that idea. Somebody actually came from outside Ghana that they hear my songs in Ghana, outside and people are asking to hear my music. Okay. And so they came to produce me, and they took me to a radio show host at the time in one of the stations to see if I would be a good business commodity. And the person said that no, that kind of songs would not work. Yes. Wow. Somebody came to the studio, heard God bless me, and told us in the studio that if he has money, he won't put it in that song. Wow. You see, so you can imagine like the balance that we were.
The system wasn't exactly, you know.
Yes.
Towards what you were doing.
Yeah, that's just before you go ahead. I mean, he mentioned that at the time he was doing gospel music when he started. Yes. They were doing it for the love of
for the
God.
Love of it, yes.
Is that to say that in recent times people are not doing gospel song for the love of God?
No, right now, it's written on the wall that you can be famous doing it. It's on the wall that you can be rich doing it.
Right.
It's clear that it's a formidable, one can commit their lives to it. And with structure and planning and, great execution, anybody can become global. You know, when we started, it wasn't like that. There was no path. You know, you just have to love the Lord and do it. You go and sing for events, and you are blessed and prayed for.
Sure.
So are you saying that, it's wrong to be strategic, or what exactly is it? I want to get that.
It's right to be. Like, what I'm saying is, even at the time we started, with plan, it won't work.
Okay.
With strategy,
right.
But eventually strategy worked because we had to use strategy to break through. Yes.
All right, so just from the beginnings, I think it was a couple of days back that I saw a post that, one of the men that we have as mentors in our space, KOD, had written a post that you guys have known yourself for over 16 years.
Oh, yes. I knew KOD when we were 12 and 13. We were in the same school, Nifa Secondary.
Okay.
Yes.
Then you are not really that young.
So you know what you said young, right? I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yes, I'm young in thoughts and things. But you have been around. KOD is a brother. My father married, I think, his auntie or elder sister or something.
Okay.
And so KOD, we've been in school, we were sharing chobocks. We were, if you were sleeping down, sleeping up, or that type of thing. We were that close in school, and we've been close since and all the years. I always support him at the fashion show. Sometimes I go to help him prepare all those things. I've been around.
That's really good to hear, so that you know that he's not like young like that, but young in thought, as he mentioned. But the song that everybody, I think it should be on Metro. Back then, Alo Tigo, that I must have seen that video first.
With Bad for Your Mercy?
That's John Jermaine's show, right? And with Jay Zimera.
Okay, God bless me.
Behind the drums and the powder coming like that.
Okay, count your blessings.
Yes, count your blessings.
Yeah.
But no, it was God bless me.
Okay, God bless me. We use powder.
Yes, in the streets and all that. And then I watched this video. I was like, no, which one? Yeah. Like, this is different. This was the kind of thing that I was also looking at, trying to.
That video won Best Gospel Video for Africa. Times have transitioned so fast that sometimes you might overlook my impact. 2014, I was Africa's Best Gospel Artist in London. What is it? African Gospel Music Awards, of course, whatever. It was an institution that awarded Sonny Badu, Sami Oposo. In 2014, they awarded me Artist of the Year Gospel. Do you understand? And we influenced how things must go, not only in Ghana, but across Africa. Yeah. You see, and over the years, people might think that it's like we are around like. We influenced just Ghana or something. It was quite huge. What I believe that around the time we were able to do, especially, and I'm saying that because of the video you mentioned, the God Bless Me. Yeah. God Bless Me. We wanted to use so many ideas. Then Nane Sikhine said that he's found a place. At the time, the only white room studio in Ghana was in Kumasi.
Really?
Yes, we shot it in Kumasi, so I moved my team, about 20 of them, everyone you saw in the video, were a few of them that were from KNUST. But we moved team and everything, drum, everything, through in a bus to Kumasi. Wow. Yes.
I remember the chord, the chord microphones all over the place. Like, it just came with a very unique style.
Yes.
But you had mentioned that you started, nobody was really giving you attention.
Absolutely.
At what point did you feel like, now I have the attention, I need to drop this song?
I didn't drop it because of, we were still in the struggle when it was dropped.
Okay.
We didn't drop it because of momentum. We were looking for momentum. Yes. And so but from But for Your Mercy, we were gathering fan base. And God the Bless came to just, nail it, to the max for us. Yes.
So is that particular song, is that what influenced your style? Because indeed, before you came in with that, there was a different style that was ongoing, but then you came in with something different.
Yeah.
What was the influence?
I realized that the core sound, which is part of my sound now, like the anthems idea type of songs, prior, whilst we were doing it, people were like, we don't come from Ghana.
True.
Yes. True. Like when they hear, they said, oh, we want your Ghana for. What are you Ghana for? So then I decided, let's drop pidgin in our lyrics. Okay. Let's start firing pidgin in the lyrics. And let's start using 3 punchlines in the lyrics. Of course, we had 3 songs. But I think that we were dealing with an idea that when it's too nice, they thought it's not from Ghana.
It's not from Ghana.
Wow. So that also was a factor.
Yeah.
And I think that idea really started breaking down strongholds. Yeah. Because much of the people that controlled the media at the time were also not typical church people. Yeah. Yeah. But they loved God, they blessed me. And there were stations that never played gospel.
And they played that.
That was the first time they were playing gospel. Yeah. And they started opening doors.
And that one day I can testify. YFM, Sammy Forsen.
Yes.
He played that show like at the end, because I was listening to
that. Like that was the electricity. That's what fired the song. Yeah. Right. Sammy decided to play it every day after his show, and it took off. It
took off like that.
Bolare started with it before his show, and it also took off. Chairman General also started with it. Yeah, true. I mean, it was a revival that God created.
What about ABO? Do you think that we've forgotten you so easily?
Oh, it's part of the game. I think that it's like that. I mean, it's like that.
Is that to say that your impact, which is quite clear that you made a lot of impact, has not been recognized over the years?
I don't think it's been. I think it's been recognized, but people wish that. Sometimes you wish that it wasn't me. It was somebody else that would have done it.
Really?
Yes.
Why that?
Oh, I get it. I get that a lot. Like sometimes you feel like the wish that it was somebody, just anybody, but not me.
So it seems there's no love in the gospel industry.
I don't know. Me, I love.
From what you're saying.
Yes, I don't know, but I love people.
Because if someone does something,
I am there for people.
Right.
You understand? Like yes, for me, I can't say that for everybody. First, I could. Make those statements and things, but I can't say that for everybody.
But if Desmond, just for an example, does something, and I feel sitting here that, no, it shouldn't have been Desmond, it should have been Kofi or Kwame or someone. That's to say that it's quite fishy. There's no love.
For me, I have a cross sector impact.
Right.
Energy I get is not only from church. It's from everywhere. Like I minister to both church and non-church people. Yeah, so you see that, you see that sometimes, but it's part of the legacy.
It's part of the legacy.
Yes.
Let's fast track a lot, because when I started CWESI Oteng, I'm one of I've told him this. I've told him that I'm one of his huge fans. I can mention all his songs like Papa. From I Went to Jehovah Badu, which is one of my favorites ever, from him, produced by Q Beats, to the anthems. If you've heard the song, I Am Next in Life, like all that, then there was a break.
Yes.
And then there's a re-coming in that sense of CWESI Oteng. What was that break for?
Sometimes I take time off, and when I feel like sometimes I take time off. I've seen that I consciously, unconsciously, I've realized that it's part of my style. And however it is, I'm okay. And perhaps I want to live long, and when I see that the system is hostile, I leave it to them. And when I feel like God wants me to take a go again, I do it, you know. But
you're focusing on your pastoral job?
No, never. You know, I committed my life to God's work from the age 17.
Okay.
That is what I know how to do very well. When other people wanted to be doctors and lawyers, at a very young age, I knew exactly that my life is committed to this work. Like, if you ask me at 17 or 16, like, what are you going to be? I would say that I want God to use me. Those were my prayers at the time. Do you see? And so it's not something that I make time for. It is what my time is for. That's what I do.
But it's also quite worrying. I mean, we've heard over time again that consistency is the rule of the game. I understand that taking a break, taking a chill pill is your style, like you mentioned. But then again, you also mentioned that you take this break because the system is somehow hostile at a point in time.
Yes, yes.
So,
and lack of support is also, you know, like it takes huge. You know, recently somebody was talking about watch. You know, yes. I mean, me too. I've had to sell cars to do things. You see?
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and people promise you and they don't make up, you know.
So it's not something new?
It's not, oh, no. I mean, I was laughing at all, you know.
Okay, I get it. Now we'll get to talk about Your Love in a bit, which is your new song that we played.
Yes.
I love the visual. It's amazing.
Thank you.
But this is 2024.
2024. 2024 where we celebrate birthdays.
December we will to. Are you gonna get into it again?
Get into it?
Politics,
how? Like to vote?
Yeah, to bring your head out for a candidate.
I've not decided yet, and I'll do so if if there's a pressing policy that requires conversation. Oh, I'm fast. I mean,
the previous.
No, I think he's been able to establish free SHS. That's why I endorsed him.
Okay.
For young girls to go to school, there's been homes that if they have 4 children and 3 of them are female, they will take their guys to school or their guy to school and leave the women. And so if there's a system that allows people to go to school without financial pressure at home, I'll support that.
So you're proud you did that, right?
I'm very proud I did that in the interest of the country.
Okay.
Yes.
Quite interesting, but don't you also think that, bringing your head out for a particular political party has a negative influence on an artist?
I brought my head out for a particular policy.
Okay.
So for a policy,
it's a policy, not a party.
Not a party, but Ghanaians take it so. If you invite me to your party,
right,
not your political party,
yeah,
you are doing birthday and you say all white, and I come there in black, will you be okay with it?
No, I wouldn't be happy.
Basically, but point is that people make it so, you know. Okay. But right now I'm waiting for a policy.
All right.
So when a policy, that's to say that you can either go for any party.
I'm waiting any policy from CPP, NDC, or MPP person that impacts our arts, that is coming to cut taxes for companies to be able to build more companies and employ more people. Okay. You understand? But not necessarily like that I'll stick my head out
for a party.
But I'll always be on the side of policy first.
Okay. Yes. So see, let's talk about Your Love. That's your latest tune. Tell us about it, the writing of it.
Are you happy with my answer or you are not happy?
Oh, we don't have that right now. So I'll
right,
catch you on the corner.
I would have wanted to punch
I'll catch you on the corner some other time.
Right.
But let's talk about Your Love just before you go. We have another one to do. Tell us about it.
Your Love is out on all streaming platforms globally, YouTube, everywhere, Spotify, AudioMac, wherever. It's a song that I believe that will be like a secret hack code to depression and any form of thinking that makes anyone feel lonely, rejected. Because God's love created us. God's love is the foundation upon which He does anything in our lives. And 2024 is a big year for everyone. I see God's love doing amazing things, you know. So, I mean, the song is a clear revelation from the lyrics to the whole presentation. I I believe that people's lives will be transformed by it and be blessed greatly.
Okay.
By listening to it.
That's quite interesting. Right. But for me, it's your style for me because I saw that in the video and I'm seeing that here. It's been pretty exciting having you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
I appreciate, man.
And of course, you're always welcome into our space.